Hey there everybody, this is Susan, Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' Show and Tell for you today. I'm using the At Home With You stamp set, which I originally had stayed away from, but then I'm doing a swap and I decided, no, you know what, I really want to make a holiday card with that. So I got the stamp set and I got the coordinating framelits, which worked perfectly with this set. Not that they don't usually, but this one worked really well because I didn't have to trim out any of that stuff by hand. So I'm just going to show you how I put this together real quickly. So because I'm using my blends to do my coloring of this one, we're going to stamp in Memento Black. So I just have some paper here. I used thick white cardstock for all my pieces because I wanted it to be able to stand up on its own, right? Have some firmness to it. So I'm just going to ink up my door. Stamp that. Make sure you get good pressure on there. Okay, so there's my door. Then you can see I've got my wreath and my garland there. I have them on the same stamp, and I was able to die cut them at the same time as well. I'm just going to ink that up. Stamp that on this other piece over here. Okay, then I decided to add one little tree. I'll stamp a tree. You could do two if you wanted to keep it symmetrical, but I decided to put the lantern on the other side. Alright, and then I also stamped the Merry Christmas. Oop, try that again. Start over here. Make sure we get all the letters. Okay, and then I'm going to use our fun classic label to punch that out and put that right underneath my door there. Okay, so that's all the stamping. Then let me show you the dies. I used the outline die in my Big Shot to trim out the door, right? And if you decided you wanted your door to open, they've got this special framelit die. It only cuts on 3 sides, so this side's not going to cut. So if you put this down on your door like this, you could cut the door out and then you could swing it and stamp inside. So that was kind of cool. I didn't do it on this one, but you could do that. So there's those. Something else that's cool they have for the door is if you wanted to, you could die cut out the window holes and you could just layer behind it with another piece. I'm just going to color mine today, but you could do that. Okay, and then we have, this is really the neat part, the garland has its own die, so I just put that on. This stamp has a little finger on it to show you how the die lines up. So I know that my little finger goes out to the side there, and then that will line up to do that. It's also got the little Christmas tree bush here and the lantern. So I was able to color and then die cut all those pieces out on my Big Shot, and then I'm just going to put them on my card with dimensionals. So really easy to cut all your pieces. You got to stamp them and then trim them and color them all, but for those of us who really like to color, that's not really a problem. We enjoy doing it. Okay, so here's the card. So now let me show you how I put it together. I actually have 2 to show you to put together. I have one going this way, which is exactly the way I put this one together. So I also decided I put another layer on here and I used the pine wood plank to emboss that, so it kind of looks like siding on a house. I'm going to pop that layer up on dimensionals just to give it a little bit of lift. This card did get a little thick, so you could just snail this one down if you wanted to. But I did pop mine up. Okay, so put that on the front of my card. Everything's stepped in just a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to use my snail to put my door down. I put my door right about there. Then I'm going to put the Merry Christmas tab on. And I just put that underneath the door, you know, kind of like a doormat kind of idea. Okay, then I've got my tree and my wreath. Now I did use the mini dimensionals on these smaller die cuts because they are pretty small, but I put my wreath on my door just like that. Got my garland. I put one kind of on each corner to support that. And that fits right over the door. Okay, then I've got my Christmas tree and I've got my lantern. I'll put it on the other side. You could also put it up there, but you could put it, I put it right there on the step. So that's how I put that one together. Then I thought, well, what if I want to turn it the other way? So I have the same pieces, right? But I've run my plywood plank the opposite direction. So let me see. Put the background on dimensionals again. Put that on the front of my card. And we'll add our door. So now this one, I don't have as much clearance up and down, so my door needs to be a little bit lower so that my garland will fit. Oops. Peel all these backers off. Alright, so I put my garland on. Make sure you're within the frame of your card so it'll fit in your envelope. Got my tree. I'm going to stick that over here. And my wreath. Got my lantern. Now this time, because I went wide, I'm going to put my lantern up here, like it's on the side of the house. And then I'm going to add, I'm actually going to put that on dimensionals this time too. My Merry Christmas, I'm going to put it down here in the bottom, I think. But I'm going to go ahead and pop that up as well. I'm just going to have my Merry Christmas come in right there. So, isn't that neat? So, same pieces, just different layouts, because I know some of us like the portrait and some of us like the landscape. So, you can really put the card together either way. Have fun coloring it with all your blends. You can really change up any colors, you know, so if you don't want a red door, maybe your house has a blue door and you want to mimic your house, you could do that. But there it is. So it did take some time to do the stamping and the cutting and the coloring, which is why I didn't do that on film today, because I think all of you are probably pretty good at doing all that on your own. And but I wanted to show you how I put it together. So now for those of you who are local stampers with me, who might be joining me for my my winter card project, this is going to be one of the cards that you have the option to purchase or to make. So get excited, this one's going to be fun. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed the show and tell. Always thumbs up and comments below, and I'll have the full tutorial on my show and tell news next Tuesday, so if you haven't subscribed yet, get subscribed. That link is below and it's free each Tuesday coming out to you. Alright everybody, thanks so much for joining me today and have fun stamping. Bye bye.